everybody, welcome back to Angry Badger Minis. We're moving on a little further into the Death Korps of Krieg build, and I wanted to show you something before I run out of time here. Yeah, it's still pretty warm. In the process of getting ready to put together my Earthshaker batteries, what you see in front of you are most of, except for these three guys right here that are going to end up being my Masters of Ordnance. They came with it. This is the Earthshaker carriage crew. So essentially you've got, let me see here if I can put it out here for you guys real quick, just to show you what I'm working on. See if we can sort this out real quick. But you've got basically people that are troops that are going to be, you know, transporting shells and things like that. So I think something's wrong here because I'm not missing anybody. Okay, they're correct. All right, this guy's different. So, oh, I see what I'm doing. Weird. So yeah, there should be I believe five guys per. And you know, for each of my Earthshaker carriages, but like I said, that's not what I'm gonna do. Here you go, like that. So that's not what I'm planning on doing with these guys. What I'm planning on doing is, like I said, these guys right here will be my Masters of Ordnance, and then one of these guys at least is going to have to be, unless I order a new command squad thing, which I'm thinking about doing, will end up being the final standard bearer, and then the rest of them will kind of mill about, you know, for the Earthshaker deal. But before we run out of time here, because this jar is full of hot water, I wanted to show you guys something here. This one right here, all the barrels that came, here's another one, because I just got through washing the soap off. If you'll take a look, this barrel right here on the left, look at the line there, you'll see it looks pretty straight. And if you take a look at these, let me get them turned over right, you'll see that they're not even remotely close. Here, let me move it a little closer. And you'll see how they kind of curve off, maybe. Here. Maybe it would look better if I pull it up like this compared to the other one that I fixed. Yeah, there. Does everybody see that? How it's curving off to the left there as you're looking at it? Well, anyway, the whole point of this is I fixed this one. Alright, and I wanted to show you guys, especially for those of you who have never dealt with resin before. You have to be patient, but you can fix these, okay? You know, just get some hot water and stick any resin part that you have inside of it just for a little bit, okay? And it will soften it up pretty good. And then you just, you know, be careful as you bend and, you know, shape it into shape. Of course, the longer that you leave it in there, the longer, you know, it's going to take to cool down, and you're going to have to fumble with it. But once it does, I mean, it's basically straight at that point. I've had some limited success with this with plastic, especially if I wanted to do some type of kit bashing and I wanted to move an arm a certain way or leg, but it had to be in there considerably longer. And typically I would bring the water to a boil, and then I would leave it in there until it was soft enough that I could do it. And I mean, it takes a while, especially like if you think of like a Space Marine leg, for instance. Man, that's some hard plastic, man. Very dense, hard plastic. So you're fighting a lot there. This right here should be enough by now. We'll see how this works out. Yeah. So that's working a little bit, yep. Now, I will say that the other one that I straightened out was already warm because of the the rinsing process. I rinsed it in very hot water, you know, to make sure I got every bit of soap off. But yeah, there we go. Pretty. We gotta worry about this part right here. I had that same problem on the other one. And then just kind of watch it. You know, support it where you have to. Don't get crazy, because I mean, while it's flexible, it's still you can still snap it off. And if you're not happy with it once it cools, stick it back in the hot water. Look at it from every angle that you possibly can. Looking pretty good. And I mean, it's not the end, you know, it's not the end of the world, you know, if you don't get it the first time. So, but right now it's straight enough that I can put the model together and be happy with it. Yeah, that looks pretty good. Okay, so we'll set that one off to the side. Actually, I'm gonna put that in with the rest of its stuff. Let's get this other one out. See that? It just flexed right over. You gotta be, you know, that one, of course, has been in a lot longer, so it's a lot softer. Just be careful. I'm using this whole grid pattern you see down below me to help me. It may not look like it from your point of view, but I am. It's how I'm looking to see what's straight and what's not. A little tricky probably on camera for you guys to see what I'm doing, but if you look at it, yeah, you can't see the line I was looking at. That line that's now directly above right there is the one that I'm looking at, and that's how I was doing everything. And that one seems to be done a lot faster because I had it in there longer, at least for now. But that's how they came to me from Forge World, you know. It's, you know, these things happen, and you never know. I mean, you may get all kinds of parts. This one looks pretty straight, so I don't think we're gonna have that issue. But I believe these, I'm looking here, the barrel, it's not hollow, but it may be a very thin piece of resin that's inside, or, you know, maybe, I don't know, maybe there were air bubbles or something like that. Either way, my plan is to, I'm not going to be able to stay on long tonight, and I will not be on tomorrow. I've got a long drive ahead of me all day tomorrow, and I won't be back until very late, so I apologize. I will not be able to be on until probably Sunday evening, Eastern Standard Time in the US. So that being said, get these guys out of the way. I want to look at trying to put one of these guys together while we talk about some things. You know how I was talking about, or I was trying to get back into Eternal Crusade? I just found out today they're finally going to shut it down. They are going to shut it down, sunset the program, if you will, and in September, and that stinks. I mean, I was actually starting to kind of have some fun with it, I guess, for the fact that I had, you know, resigned myself that I was not going to win anything. But that's one of the reasons I'm not a big fan of online-only games. You know what I mean? I mean, I have Space Marine, and that game I will always be able to play it because, in some capacity, it's on its own. Now, yeah, you know, the PvP portion probably not so much, but I was never really into that anyway. The story I thought was better anyway. All right, so we need to find the Earthshaker carriage instructions, which where did I put those? Let's see. By the way, we did finish all of those engineers. Matter of fact, I might as well show you. I want to show you what are the actual Forge World models, and I'm going to show you what I did. So here's your mole launcher team. Okay, all three of those came out pretty decent. Here he is on the computer, you know, dialing in the data for the warhead. Then you have the actual engineer with his engineer shotgun and armor plating that you can see there. And then there were various backpacks. They all had shovels and stuff like that, which was good. And then what I did to tie them in with the other guys that were extra, that we made, you know, their own little shotgun by cutting off the tip of the las gun, was I put only the mines on the back that had the straps, as you can see, like it's holding the mine there, so it's actually part of the backpack. Then beneath it there were two options. One, this guy has this, it's really a flame canister, but you know, in my mind it's still a breaching tool, whatever. And unfortunately, because of the amount of room that I had to put the E-tool on his side. But again, these guys are stalking around, so they're not exactly running around, supposedly. And then I don't know if I have another one handy. Yes, I do. This guy, similar setup, alright, but instead on the bottom, because I had these are the gas canisters, you know what I mean, the gas bombs. So some of them have that, some of them have the flamer one, and the rest of them are all carrying, you know, the regular Krieg Death Corps are wearing these mines, okay. And then because, let's see here. Well, I probably should have kept that guy out. Let me see here. Where did he go here? It's gotta be in here somewhere. Oh, there he is. And then we had our conversion guy. I went ahead and put him on a 32mm base just because I didn't want that leg sticking out. And as you guys can see, he's reaching to put something on, put the mine onto something. It's going to give me, you know, and he's holding his gun basically, or it almost looks like it. I guess I could probably bring that in a little closer. There's not a lot of glue on there, so. But either way, what was I going to say? I left enough room on the base here so that I can actually put, you know, sort of the obstacle on here, and then the obstacle would be sticking off, you know, to show kind of what, you know, what it is that he was doing. Now for him, the E-tool's on the other side just so we can see it. And then there's nothing else on his backpack because he's already got the mine or explosive device in his hand. But I'm really happy with this, and I don't really care about the base size. It's really just about, you know the fun of it. And I mean, what'll probably end up happening is, you know, depending on what's going on, if I really cared about it, I just take him off as the first casualty. So not a big deal. So yeah, the engineers came out really well, and I'm pretty stoked about that. What we've got cooking right now, if you will. Oh, and I also got the quartermasters done. I got the commissars done, and this guy is essentially going to be a quartermaster as well, just because. So all of these guys, and I did do the quartermaster's retinue, but I'll be honest with you, I really do not like the. I'm not in favor of these things, these servitors. They just don't do it for me. Maybe they'd look better, you know, in color or something like that, but right now they just don't do anything for me for my Krieg army. So those 3 servitors and the cherub, you know, they're not going to be a part of this army. I mean, they don't exist anyway, so not that I'm aware of. So I'm not concerned about it. Let's see here. All right, so that's that Earthshaker cannon, this Earthshaker cannon, and then the third one is in this box right here. Which, if you haven't ever done this, ice cream totes, they're great. I mean, you should strongly consider getting them for not only stripping or cleaning your models, but you know, if you need an ad hoc space to put painted things or what have you. Let's see, that still looks pretty good. Yeah, I don't think anybody's gonna notice a difference once it's at angle, as long as it's not drooping like a banana. But I think we're gonna be okay. Alright, so let me get these guys out of the way, and I still have not found my instruction manual. I have them all folded up in a bag, so I mean, they're here. I'm just gonna find them real quick. Let's see. Some more bits and pieces for that. I was actually just looking at one like a couple of days ago and not exactly sure where I put that thing. Okay, these are all people. So that doesn't help me. Wait a minute. This might. Is this it? This is it. That's what I said. I was just looking for it, or looking at it. All right. So you guys can see what all of our pieces are here. I'll just go through it here as you're looking at it as best I can. So 1 is the actual cannon. Excuse me. 2 is the gun shield. 3 Earthshaker shells times 6, which these are the ones that I made the mold out of, so that I could make more down the road if I need to. 3 handles, a shell pallet, number 6 breech door, number 7 right recoil spade, number 8 left recoil spade, number 9 Trojan tow bar, number 9. Oh, okay. Number 10 gun traverse runner, number 11 trail arm lower hinge, number 12 recoil dampener, 13 bogies times 2. Where's that? I don't even see number 13. Oh, there it is. Number 14 right trail arm, 15 left trail arm, 16 main chassis, 17 carriage axle, 18 trail casters times 2, number 19 trail pin, 20 barrel support, 21 bogey pivots times 2, number 22 Trojan tow hitch, number 23 Trojan crane hook, 24 outer wheels times 4, inner wheels times 4 for 25, 26 caster channels times 2, 27 channel mount pins times 2, 28 tools times 2. Tools. 28. Oh, okay. And 29 jack levers or levers times 2. So that's what we've got in here. So let's turn the page here. Looks like we'll be doing the sub-assembly first. And then of course this is what the end product should be when we're done. And I'm gonna do everything that I can not to glue, like I want to do it like this, you know, where the stuff is not necessarily glued in place, and that I believe will help me with storing it and things like that. That being said, I have not decided if I'm going to mount this on a base or not. Don't know yet. So that's what we're working on. We have 3 of those because in my mind it's just, they just scream Krieg. As you can see, these are my instructions and they don't really tell you anything, so you pretty much have to figure it out as you go. There's no step 1, step 2, and it's just the way it is, but I think it'll be okay. So, but I'm not going to get into this tonight because, like I said, I've got a long drive ahead of me and I have to actually get up really early. So I just wanted to share this with you guys this evening. Hopefully I'm not letting you down by not assembling anything, but I can assure you this is what we're working on next. And after that, hopefully all of my heavy weapons teams will be done by then, or well, I'll probably get to them, I don't know, sometime next week, but hopefully my heavy weapons teams will be ready to be rinsed off and started putting those together. And then between the heavy weapons teams and these guys up here, that will be it for the infantry for this army. Aside from one commissar that's going to go in a tank or whatever, but I'm pretty sure that's it. Oh, I'm sorry. Well, I guess you don't count the horses, the cavalry as infantry, so we'll have those guys to do as well. Baneblade battle tank, and we'll do the Hellhammer muzzle brake deal because I like that. Where we kit bash the muzzle brake, and we have we'll have 3 Devil Dog Hellhounds. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 or 6, I haven't decided yet. Chimeras for this army. I would like to take one of these and put it with my Steel Legion so they have 1 extra and not having that group on the ground, but it is what it is. And I haven't decided yet if I'm going to try to make another Manticore for this army. I've got to see, excuse me, what I have to do is I have to see what parts are available. I really don't want to take a brand new Chimera and turn it into one of those. If that's the case, I may as well just turn around and buy the Manticore, which I may turn around and actually do for this army because of just how special it really is to me. I mean, yeah, making them's cool. I mean, obviously we've already done it and it wasn't that hard to do. Just a little, just took a couple of days with, life in general, but I spent a ton on this army and I'd like it to be as humanly legit as possible. I just realized something. I had that upside down, and the only reason I realized it was because of the Aquila right here. So, right on. I thought that this was some kind of gear mechanism here for elevation. Yep. Alright. So anyway, just want to let you guys know the road ahead. And I appreciate you guys, especially last night, man. That was awesome. Everybody that was, hanging out. And, I love answering questions for you guys on my tips and tricks. So, again, please like, share, and comment. Subscribe. And if you'd like to support the channel, Patreon link below. And we'll see you next time.